All right, good afternoon.
Hi, welcome to Making Betty Better. I almost forgot where we were.
Making Betty Better. That's where we're at.
That's where we're at. We are at Michelle's kitchen, and we are making Betty better. And we have not been drinking yet.
Yep. Surprising.
So we are still continuing the theme of side dishes for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. That was your request, wasn't it?
It was. I'm on side dish duty this year. Want to introduce ourselves first?
Oh, yes, we should. I'm trying to go on here so I can see you guys and make sure you're coming. But I am Michelle Gordon. I am a realtor for Grand Rapids. I am the Gordon Group with JH Realty Partners. I've been a realtor for 17 years.
17?
17
Woo!
years. I know. I've been a realtor for 17 years. We've been the Gordon Group for 10. So my daughter and I this year have our 10th year anniversary working together.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I know, it is. She's going to take me on a trip and she's going to pay for it. Yes. So anyway, and you are?
And I am Kelsey Young, and I own Great Escape Fitness. So really doing personal training and group fitness, and then just started getting into corporate wellness and health education programming.
So let's talk a little bit about what corporate wellness is.
Yeah, so right now it's in like a corporate setting. So right now I'm at an adoption agency doing wellness, health education for the employees there. And so what we're doing is I have a 6-week educational program about wellness. So each week it's a different topic. We've gone through stress management, mental health. For them, it's really important to talk about children because they're an adoption agency. So we talked about trauma with kids and like adverse childhood experiences. So it's really specific to them. And then each new place I'm at, I'll kind of make it towards that company.
So I think it's really interesting that you do that. And I think corporate wellness is really important. I think being the age that I am, we weren't allowed to talk about our feelings. It was silly to talk about your feelings. We didn't do that.
Really?
We really didn't do that. And you keep it all bottled up inside, and it comes out somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Right? It comes out with anger. It comes out, with depression. And this year we've had more suicides of people that I know. Actually, it's hit really home for me.
Yeah.
So we've just really, I think it's really great that you're working in that field.
Thank you.
So we're doing 2 vegan dishes, and they're both cauliflower. Cauliflower is a really, really good vegetable. It's really gaining recognition. One of the things that I wanted to warn you is if you buy the bag where the cauliflower is already riced, I understand read the ingredients, it's full of crap.
Oh, I'm sure. Usually
that's not a technical term too.
Yeah. That's our term.
It is. So, really just take the time to rice it. You can get one of those. I went to Bed Bath & Beyond and I got a mini food processor thing. You can just put it in there, and then there's nothing in it.
Perfect.
Yes.
I need a knife.
You need a knife?
I need a knife.
Okay, you can use that one right there. I am just...
Thank you.
We just did a show prior to this. We were taping for Thanksgiving, and I'm a clean freak. I don't know about you, but every time I do something, I throw it in the trash or I put it in the sink. It's one of those things. It's because when I was younger, I was really, really poor, and I didn't have a lot of room. So I always cooked, but I always had to make space. So it's really funny. When we moved into this house, you see how big this kitchen is. When I moved into this house, I put all of my stuff in one corner. And my husband said, Michelle, you have more cabinets.
Yeah. You got an entire kitchen here.
You have an entire kitchen. So I'm making vegan cauliflower casserole with a little bit of a twist of our essential oils.
Of course.
And I'm going to change it up a little bit because I always change it up a little bit. So I try to get motivation and ideas for online, and then I make it up as I go along.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I do. Yeah. And then, what do you make?
So over here we're making, it's called a sticky sesame cauliflower, and then this one's going to be baked in the oven for a little bit. And then on top of that, we're also making a gravy.
Yeah.
Today.
A gravy that is made out of cashews, which I'm pretty excited about. So anyway, we're going to talk it through, and we're going to just, talking. Yeah. I wish we did this show while we were working out. Yesterday we had the best conversation during workout, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. feel like we always kind of work out a good time for the combos with us. So how are you feeling after, what was yesterday?
Election yesterday. Oh, well, you know, how are you feeling about the marijuana vote?
I'm actually okay with that. I feel like we should add that on one of our shows eventually.
So if you know how to cook with marijuana, we want you to come on our show and make a dish with us. And Kelsey, she's so funny. She asked me before she started how I felt about, the vote and if I voted yes. And I'm pretty open about my vote, so I tell everybody what I think. It's not. So I said I've been okay with marijuana since the 70s.
I was like, okay, and that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense to her. So, all right, you want to talk a little bit about what you're doing here, what you're adding into yours?
Yeah, so in this dish, we are going to be adding some soy sauce, and we have garlic, tomato paste. We're also doing some cornstarch, and then our twist of this, we're going to do, what was this one called? This is, again, one of your nice, what are they called?
Oils.
Stores.
But it's from Old World Olive Company, and I love them. Yeah. And you could do this. The reason why I brought it in is I cook with those. Not to interrupt, but I did.
No,
But gluten-free, dairy-free does not have to be gross. It can be very, very flavorful. You just have to learn how to use spices and oils and learn how to flavor food naturally, not use sugar to make it taste good, or or breadcrumbs to fill it up. You need to learn how to actually cook with good stuff. So you can make your own. I like going to World Market and trying the different stuff because they let you sample everything with little cups.
Love free
samples.
Then
if I take this in, this is my garlic infused olive oil, which I use like crazy.
Biggest bottle I've ever seen.
Well, because I use it like nobody's business. And if I take this in, I save $1.
Oh, no kidding. I did not know that.
Yeah, they recycle it. So, but like for instance, this is white honey ginger balsamic. So you could get a white balsamic and you could infuse some of our ginger essential oil in there. You could put that in there. You could do it in your own oil. So you could take our essential oils and you can infuse all of your own oil. So you could go to Costco, get this big thing of olive oil, and make all your own infused olive oils, and then you can cook with them. And I tell you, they're so good. You can marinate pork with it. You can marinate chicken with it. Chicken is usually flavorless unless you do something with it. So if you like pound out the chicken breast and then you let it soak in all of those oils and then you grill it, it's fabulous.
Even using it as like a dressing instead of using ranch or like a actual dressing.
Right.
On a salad or.
Yeah. Well, one of our shows, we're going to make a bunch of different dressings for you guys. So you'll have, it's nothing like having really good dressings in the refrigerator. So you can just have that.
Right.
So, but anyway, go ahead. So what else are you doing over there?
And then we're going to sweeten this up a little bit with some maple syrup. And then we got some sesame oil as well. So I think that's kind of all the ingredients. And then we'll post the recipes afterwards so you have those. And then
we'll post the recipes and we'll post some really good pictures afterwards so you can see the finished product. Right. Now, I like to cut up a lot of my own stuff and I like everything to be fresh, but let's face it, Monday through Saturday, that's not going to happen, is it? I mean, that's the one thing that gets me about these recipes is that, I look at it and I'm like, that's going to take me an hour and a half.
Right.
Right. So in my recipe, mine is the vegan cauliflower casserole. So I chopped up my cauliflower, and then I got this interesting can of tomatoes. Look at it. Fire roasted diced tomatoes.
Ooh. Ooh, that smells really good. It smells
like
tomato soup.
I know, right?
Yes.
I do everything from smell and color. And then I'm going to put some garlic in this. You know what I don't know, Kelsey? Do we have garlic essential oil?
I have not seen a garlic one.
Have you not?
No, I don't believe I have.
And so I put a medium head cauliflower in there, about 2 pounds, cut into small florets. And then I put that 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes. You can get as creative as you want with the tomatoes, just don't use the ones that are in oil, okay? Because you're going to add your own oil. Right. And then 6 cloves of garlic. I cannot have enough garlic. And garlic's really good for you too, health-wise, isn't it?
Did you use that for
yeah, it's really good for you health-wise. And then I'm going to put this on the stove, and then I'm going to do more. And so we're going to go with that. But once I'm going to put all this on the stove, and I'm going to heat it up. But I'm going to go ahead and cheat a little bit, and I'm going to add everything to the pot. Okay, it's going to be a little bit different when you see the recipe. All right. So then I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'm going to use, because I already did my garlic, I'm going to just go ahead and use my regular olive oil. But what I could have done is I could have used the garlic olive oil, right? And then I could have done that. So I'm going to put that in here. And then I am going to have a little bit of salt. Now, I also like that pink Himalayan salt.
I have seen it here.
Yes.
I've never used it.
You've never used it because every time, there it is. See, Will, thanks.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. How cute is that?
And it's Costco again.
Wow.
Because Kirkland brand rocks.
Do you have a measuring cups here? Do I use measuring cups? I'm sure you don't use measuring cups.
I stopped using measuring cups a long time ago. I cook by feel. 95% of the time I'm okay. Occasionally we have to throw it away. All right.
Oh
and then, you know, and then I'm gonna put salt, and then I'm gonna have pepper in here, and I'm gonna like stir all this up in here. And then I am going to add a little bit of the red curry paste in mine. So yes, I like red curry. You like red curry?
Not really red, so I can't really how to say.
Red curry, I just love red curry. I can't put this though.
Oh,
yeah.
Need some. Where's your muscles at?
I'm not strong enough. Come on.
Okay, here we go.
You saved face.
I know.
You did. So I'm just, this stuff could be really hot. Smell it. Now remember in our past shows, spicy's good. Why is spicy good?
Because it's gonna boost up your metabolism, right, for weight loss.
Yes. So I've been really, really, really trying hard to eat spicy food. So then I'm gonna put the lemon in. Lemon will, again, lemon always makes everything better. So 3 drops of lemon. And remember, in the essential oils, less is more. And then we're gonna add the tomato paste, which I have somewhere around here too.
Yep, it's right in front of this little garlic
here we go.
here.
So we're gonna add some tomato paste into this, and then I'm gonna add some water, and then I'm gonna heat it up on the stove for a little bit before I add it into another casserole dish. And so,
soy sauce.
I just realized we have our chicken over there from our earlier show.
Yeah.
If you tune in 3 weeks from now, we made chicken salad.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to stir all this up, and I'm going to add water to it, and then I'm going to let it cook a little bit, and then I'm going to bring back the ingredients for our...
you beat me to it.
Yes. So I'm going to bring that back. So, Kelsey.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what the marijuana passing, what it's going to do for the mental health community.
Yeah, so, well, the medical is already approved, and then the recreational just got approved as well, too. So, and I think a lot of people's fear with it was that there's not regulation, but it's still very much regulated, just like alcohol is, and so you can only use it in your own homes, and you can't drive under the influence or anything. But what I think is kind of the beneficial part of it is it's more natural than some of the prescription drugs that are out there as well too. So, just thinking about it in that sense. And I also watch a lot of shows that are overseas or like in foreign countries where, they just pick things in the jungle and just use that for like their herb, what's it called? The herbs and things? Herbs.
Yes,
Yeah.
herbs and things,
Herbal.
yes. And it doesn't have the ingredient that makes you high, right?
Right.
Right. And
Exactly.
And I know that people, I'm going to come in and out of the camera. I know people make hemp clothes.
Yes.
So I used to buy hemp clothes all the time.
Did you?
Yes. Yes.
I'm learning so much about you today.
You're so funny. So. Kelsey does not have the straight legs person. And so that was it. Alright, so enough said on that.
Yeah.
So we're going to make our gravy. Are you almost done on this?
Yes,
Do you want to tell everybody what you finished up with?
Yes, I need to put some. So I'm putting some ginger. I want to put some ginger essential oil in this as well too. So I just added in the last little bit the maple syrup, soy sauce, which is gluten-free here, and now this, and then I'm going to mix it up.
This is my favorite gluten-free, low-sodium soy sauce. And so I know there's a coconut soy sauce that you could do. It's made out of coconut. It doesn't taste the same. So I think if you're going to use soy sauce, we just suck it up and we just have the low sodium. In this one, there is no sugar in it, so you don't have to worry about it. A lot of the other soy sauces have high sodium and have a lot of sugar in it.
Okay. All right, there we go.
Yeah, so, and then you bake that and cook that. So she's going to put that in the oven, and it's the one to the left that I already have hot.
Awesome.
And then we're going to make one last thing. We're going to make our
Gravy.
gravy. Thank you.
Yes.
I forgot what we're making.
It's all right.
So the recipe that I looked up did not call for soaking the cashews, but I think it's better to soak the cashews in water, and then that way the cashews get a little softer and they're easier to work with. So the cashews, at least 1 hour, up to 4 hours. Sometimes if I know that I'm making it, I'll soak them overnight.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I'm going to add those 2 cups of water to about 1.5 cups of cashews. And
and then you just start adding.
I'm going to put the whole thing in there.
Ah.
So, yep, that's about right. I'm going to put everything in there. Maybe a little less water. So
Interesting. This would be new for me. Doing this gravy. Yeah. Usually I would either just buy a can or it's usually from the turkey place, isn't it?
Well, since I've been deep frying, I always buy the can. I go to Williams Sonoma, and they always have a really nice pre-made gravy, and it's really nice. And I'll still buy that for the meat lovers of my family. This is for us that can't have that. So we're gonna just by taste, all right? No measurements. Later I'll add measurements, but we're gonna add some onion powder. More is good. Yeah, and then I like this mix it up pepper. It has red pepper, black pepper, all kinds. So add that pepper in there.
I love pepper. It flavors everything.
And then you gotta smell that. Smell that.
Tell me what. It's a soy sauce alternative.
It's a liquid.
So
I don't know how to say that. Aminos? I don't know how to say it. We'll have to look it up on Google and have it say it for us.
Right.
But you add some of that in there for the flavor. Now smell it. Tell me what it smells like.
It smells like beef jerky.
So it's like liquid smoke.
Yeah.
So it's like a vegan version of liquid smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I like to add this to everything. This is a vegan Parmesan type thing. So you want to add that in there.
Vegan Parmesan.
Lots more. There we go.
Keep going.
And then we're going to add the nutritional yeast. You can, you know what? If you're going to eat vegan, if I could buy it like this, I would. It gives you a nutty, buttery flavor that you don't normally get. It also acts as a thickener. It just makes everything better. And so you want to add that in there.
So what is this? Where do you get these? I feel like I've seen this label, but I don't even know where.
Well, it's becoming very popular. I'm going to add just a little cupful of apple cider vinegar. It's
more than that. Is that good?
More.
How much more? I don't know much about yeast here.
There you go. That's good. I get it at the health food store. I go to Harvest Health locally. Most of this stuff I'll get at Harvest Health. Sometimes it's too out there and I have to get it on Amazon. So, and then we're gonna add a drop of rosemary, one drop of rosemary.
Careful with the rosemary. Oh my gosh! Oh, whoa! No, thank you. I think so. I closed my eyes. I don't know.
Okay.
No, it did. I'm pretty sure it did. I'm pretty sure it did.
I love that. And then,
You just gave me a heart attack.
how do you say that one? You're so funny.
Oh gosh, coriander. I know coriander.
Okay, I thought maybe I'd catch her on.
Oh.
What? I don't scare that easy. And then you have to put one
Don't
drop
scare
of
me.
that in
Don't
there.
scare me.
Now, I think it needs just a little bit of coconut vinegar. Just smell that one.
Oh, you took a big whiff.
Yes. Oh, just a little bit of it in there. Just a little bit. All right. And then if you wanted to sweeten it up, you could add a little sugar. You could do whatever, but we're going to go ahead and blend this. You're going to plug that in. Don't plug, safety first.
The safety.
Don't plug it until you're ready to go.
Wow, is this like the shortest cord in the world?
No, I probably didn't unwrap it from the bottom. All right, so we have it on variable right now. We're going to turn it on. Now,
Ooh, look at that.
I'm going to turn it all off, unplug it.
Unplug safety first.
There we
There
go.
we go.
And I would heat it up,
Oh,
and
it's
once
like-
I heated it up, it would get much thicker. But, try that. Tell me that doesn't taste like gravy.
Moment of truth. It does.
See, it tastes like gravy. Now,
Wow.
I want to show you one other trick, because this is actually getting served at my Thanksgiving table, so hold on, I'm going to show you something.
Wow, that's surprising. Very clever there. You know, you're sneaking in that good food.
So, this is not my idea. I think this was Rachel Ray's idea. I want you to pour the gravy in here.
Don't scare me this time.
No, I don't want to clean up the mess. So, that's fine. We'll put the gravy in there. This will be good for a week or two. Cashews, dressings, whatever, they're good for a long time. Make sure you get all the air out of it.
Okay.
You can freeze it like this.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yes. So anything like this you can make, and it will lay flat in your freezer, and you can just pile them all high.
No kidding.
There's your tip.
Look at
There's your tip. So anyway,
Yeah.
the next two shows are going to be taped because it's a holiday. You're going to a seminar, right?
Yes, so I'm going to the American Public Health Association National Conference in San Diego this weekend. So
Right.
snow's coming your way, and I'm out of here.
So she's going to San Diego. So Kelsey will be gone next week, and the week next is Thanksgiving, and I couldn't decide whether I was going to have time or not. So the next two shows are going to be taped. They're not going to be live, but they'll be posted at 12:15, the normal time, because we want you to get into a habit of tuning in at 12:15. They're all Thanksgiving tips and ideas and things that you can do. And our next show we're going to just, it's something I made up, and it turned out really good. So I found out how to make chocolate-covered almonds. So that'd be really good for your treat table, and also how to make a vegan dip. So until next time, Michelle Gordon with the Gordon Group. I hope that I would be your preferred realtor in West Michigan.
And I'm Kelsey Young. If you have any questions about health or wellness, reach out, and I'll be happy to help you
So be kind to your body.
for the health of it.
Thank you.